Hi, I'm Dr. Ogden, and this is just a quick introduction into my research lab. So we call ourselves the Ogden Lab, and there's basically 4 areas in which we do research: insect natural history, mayfly evolution and systematics, bioinformatics, and pedagogical research. And so I'm just going to quickly highlight each one of those. So one of the things we do with the insect natural history, of course, is we go out and collect insects. We've been doing projects down in Capitol Reef National Park, and we've started to do some other things around the rest of Utah and even some other areas. And then I also spend quite a bit of time outside the U.S. collecting mayflies and other insects. And then we take all of these insects back to the lab and we start to pin them, curate them, identify them, and then get them put eventually into the collections. And so this is an effort that we do. So if you like doing any of that kind of work, we do some of that natural history insect work. The other thing I'm interested in is how did insects evolve wings? And so to study this, you have to study the groups that first evolved wings, and those are the mayflies, the dragonflies, and the damselflies. So we take, after we've collected the mayflies in ethanol to preserve their DNA, we bring them back into the lab, we bust them open, we do sequencing, and eventually we get the DNA sequence, which then can be looked at on the computers, and then you do computational bioinformatic analysis to look at how these things are related. And then I also am interested in the pedagogy, and I have a couple projects that I've been working on. One is teaching evolution, and basically it's how can we help students better accept evolution as the underlying theory of biology. And what I've seen is that when we can cause students to change their minds. So like in a general biology 1010 class, only 33% of the students at the beginning of the semester accept evolution, but by the end of the semester that increases up to 73%. So I've had students start picking apart some of these questions. I've also had students do interviews with students where so that each one of these circles represents a student that was interviewed, and at the beginning of the semester you can see those that accepted evolution, and then by the end of the semester we had a movement where most of the students moved towards accepting evolution. We even try to tease out human evolution, and as you can see, the original acceptance is much lower of human evolution, but also by the end of the semester we do see some movement, and now 68% of the students are accepting evolution. So there's those projects like that in pedagogy that can be used. And then the last thing that I've been interested in for quite a few years and is very timely right now given COVID is comparing face-to-face versus online and versus all of the other methods of delivery of courses. This is something that we really need to learn more about, and so I'm looking for students who are interested in doing studies of face-to-face versus online type studies, or hybrid, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully I'll have some of you pass through my lab in your rotations, and we'll have a good time.